Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about my journey to becoming more observant as a Jew. A couple of days ago, I saw on my channel a comment that I thought was really important and interesting, and it asked, you talk about wanting to be more Orthodox, you talk about wanting to become more observant as a Jew, so why aren't you just doing it? And I thought that was actually a good question. I thought it was important for me to address because I talk about on my channel a lot how important it is to be religious and how important it is to have faith. And I also talk about the fact that I grew up Orthodox, but that at this point, my husband and I are not observant. So even though we believe Orthodox is the correct way to practice, and that is the correct form of Judaism, we ourselves are not in a place yet of practicing everything as we should. We're very open about this because I don't want anyone getting the wrong impression about what we do. We are not keeping all the laws. We are not keeping the practices as strictly as we should. And I think that it's really important to be open and honest about that stuff because I want you to know that I'm on a journey just like everyone else. But there is a good reason for why Jacob and I haven't already become completely observant, and I want to share that with you guys today. So if you haven't already, I would love if you would consider subscribing to my Substack newsletter. If you do, you will get access to exclusive content, like 2 exclusive videos every month, weekly articles, live streamed Q&As, as well as content pitch contests. And you will get all of this just for $7 a month. But if you sign up for the entire year, you will get 2 months for free. So I would love if you would consider subscribing at classicallyabby.substack.com or head to the link in my description box. But now that that's covered, let's get into it. So just to give you guys a little bit of history, if you didn't already know, I grew up Orthodox. I grew up in a religious Jewish home. I went to Jewish day schools. And when I was in my master's program, I became less religious. And I talked about this in another video, which I will link up above. My husband, on the other hand, grew up Reform. So he really didn't have much of a background in any of this. And when the two of us met, I was kind of becoming less religious. He was becoming more religious. And we decided that we wanted to become Orthodox together. But that was going to be a process because for him, there is quite a bit of information that he needs to learn. And for me, I had to understand my relationship with God better. So I know all the laws and the rules, but I wanted to have a better relationship to my Creator. And I wanted to make sure that whenever I kept the laws and rules more strictly, I was doing it because I understood it and because I accepted that upon myself rather than feeling like it was something I had to do that I didn't understand. So a lot of the time people will ask us, why aren't you just observant right now? Why aren't you just keeping all of the laws right now? And I think that's a great question. So I do have a few reasons for why Jacob and I are not completely observant as of now, and I want to share this with you. So the big reason that Jacob and I aren't totally observant is that we don't want to jump into it before we're ready and then have a backtrack situation, a situation where we jumped in too quickly, took on too much, and then you get overwhelmed and you stop keeping things. And this happens a lot of the time to a lot of different people. If you just take on too much, especially without communal support, which is part 2, then you just won't end up keeping things. You will start feeling overwhelmed, you will start feeling resentful, and you just will stop keeping things. So instead of jumping in and keeping everything all at once, we've decided to take small steps so that it becomes more integrated in our daily lives, and so that by the time we are keeping everything, we have taken that on deliberately. That's something that we chose, it's something we understand, and it's something that we believe in. And this is especially important for my husband because he grew up really not keeping any Jewish laws. So for him to take on everything all at once would mean that he would really have to do a 180 from everything he knew growing up. And I want for him to have the best opportunity to actually love and understand and keep all of the Jewish laws, because there are many Jewish laws. We have 613 commandments. We have pretty strict rules about how we spend our days and spend specific times. And it's very important that if you take those things on, you really understand them, because otherwise they just feel arbitrary. Now, I don't believe they are arbitrary. I want to clarify. I'm saying it can feel that way if you don't do this intentionally. And that's really important. So we have decided to take things just a little bit slower so that as we do become more observant, we really keep to it. And this is something my husband has said, is that we are Orthodox, not orthoprax. So what Orthodox means is that you believe in the laws and the rules, and you believe that Orthodox Judaism is what things should look like. We are not orthoprax. We don't practice the laws that we believe in. So we do keep many of them at this point. We have a completely kosher home, for example, but we don't keep as many as we should for people to see us as Orthodox. And that really comes down to us keeping Sabbath and the holidays. Once we're keeping Sabbath and the holidays, then we would be much more openly accepted as Orthodox Jews, and I would feel comfortable saying we were Orthodox Jews. So that is really the main reason that we are not totally observant as of right now. But part of that is also where we live. So Jacob and I don't live in a primarily Jewish community. And being in an Orthodox Jewish community is one of the fundamental baselines of living a Jewish life. Because when you are keeping Sabbath strictly, you're not allowed to drive. You have to be able to be within walking distance of things. So you all live in a small area. And if you're living outside of that area, it's very difficult to actually keep the laws because you're not allowed to drive anywhere. Judaism is such a communal religion, which is part of what makes it so beautiful. So that when we are not living in a Jewish community, we are not actually getting an opportunity to participate. Now, do we believe in God? Absolutely. Do we believe that we should be practicing more? 100%. We are just working on that slowly and surely, kind of like the turtle and the hare. We are taking the slow but steady to win the race. We really want to be the best, most intentional Jews by the time that we are actually keeping everything. So that is where we are at in our Orthodox journey. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'd love to know in the comments, where are you at in your faith journey? Kind of what are you doing? Because I know we are all in different places when it comes to our faith. So I'd really love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe and please make sure to hit that notification bell to get notified of all of my new videos. If you would like to subscribe to my newsletter to get exclusive access to videos and other content, make sure to head to classicallyabby.substack.com or to head to the link in my description box. If you'd like to follow me on social media, it's at classicallyabby absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.